Hi, I'm Devora from Equator Coffees. Let's brew a Chemex. Chemex is a pour-over style brewer that allows you to brew multiple cups at one time. The thick paper filter gives you a real clean, crisp cup, and it's so beautiful, you'll be happy to leave it sitting on your countertop. To brew a Chemex, you need a Chemex, Chemex filters, gooseneck kettle, scale with a timer or a scale and a timer, and medium coarse ground coffee. This is right in the middle on most grinders or a little bit towards the coarse side. To start brewing, put your filter in your Chemex. You want the side with 3 layers towards the spout. Give your filter a good rinse. This is rinsing away the paper taste of the filter and preheating your brewer. So go ahead and use a lot of water for this. Then discard your rinse water. Dose your coffee into your Chemex. Today I'm using 45 grams of coffee and a 1:16 ratio. So 45 grams of coffee to 720 grams of water. Once I put my coffee in, give it a little shake or a tap just to even the grounds bed. Put it on your scale and make sure you tear the scale and start the timer right when you start pouring. I'm using water just off the boil, about 205 degrees if you have a kettle that lets you set temperature. First step is adding water for the bloom. Generally, you want to use about twice as much water as your coffee dose for your bloom. So for my 45 grams of coffee for this recipe, I'm using 90 grams of water. Put that water in, you'll see your coffee expand, especially with fresh roasted coffee. That's just the coffee off-gassing. Give it about 30 seconds, and we're gonna add the rest of our water in 3 even pours. So 210 grams of water at a time. I start pouring in the middle and gently circling towards the edge of the Chemex, and then back into the middle again. I wanna evenly saturate the coffee grounds without disturbing them too much. 210 gram pour brings me to 300 grams total. So as I'm pouring, I'm watching my timer and how much water I'm adding. Wait till about 1:30 for your second pour. I'm going in for my second pour. Again, that's 210 grams each time. This will bring me up to 510 total. As I'm adding water, I'm watching the flow rate of my coffee. If you notice your coffee is taking a long time to drip through, you've probably just ground a little bit too fine. If it's gushing and rushing through, you just ground a little too coarse. So pay attention to the flow rate of your coffee and adjust your grind as needed. For my second pour, I brought it up to 510 grams total. At 2:30, I'm doing my final pour, another 210 grams, bringing it up to my total, which again was 720. I want to add all my water in before I get to about 3 minutes, 30 seconds. That way I'll be done brewing in that 4 to 5 minute window. I'm brewing Equator blend today, which I really like at a 1:16 ratio. For some of our lighter roasts or our single origin coffees, I like to add a little more water. So if you want to try brewing at a 1:17 for those, you'll have a really crisp, clean, open flavor. Chemex is pretty versatile. We're brewing 2 12-ounce cups today, but you can scale the ratio for your recipe up or down depending on how much coffee you want to brew. 4 minutes, 30 seconds. We're about done dripping. So I'm going to simply remove my filter with the coffee grounds in it and toss it in the compost. Chemex makes a beautiful, clean cup of coffee. And I have enough to share.